A man caught in the treacherous Antarctic terrain plummets through the ice into the freezing abyss below. His life hangs by a thread, dependent on the courage of 8 loyal sled dogs. This is Jerry Shepherd, an expedition guide living and working at the bottom of the world, in the vast frozen expanse of Antarctica. His closest companions are his team of 8 sled dogs, a family bound by trust and the shared hardships of this extreme environment. Up front, there is Maya, the wise and dependable leader. Beside her is old Jack, a veteran nearing retirement. Then there are the twins, Truman and Dewey, inseparable since a squabble left Dewey with a scar. Shorty and the rookie Max, who Jerry has high hopes for. And rounding out the team are the 2 powerhouse Malamutes, Shadow and Buck. Their routine is a dance of discipline and play. Early morning wake-up calls are often met with sleepy groans, but the promise of breakfast and exercise quickly gets everyone on their feet. Jerry's days are spent maintaining the base and keeping his team sharp. He shares a unique bond with each dog, especially Maya, his best girl, and Max, the eager apprentice. The relative peace of their life is interrupted by the arrival of Dr. Davis McLaren, a geologist from UCLA. He's on a mission, hunting for a rare meteorite from Mercury. McLaren is pushy and secretive, initially concealing his true destination, the treacherous Mount Melbourne. Jerry is hesitant. It's late in the season, the ice is unstable, and the route to Melbourne is dangerous and hasn't been scouted recently. Snowmobiles are out of the question. The only way to make the trip is with the dogs. Despite his misgivings and pressure from his boss, Andy, Jerry agrees to guide the scientist. He introduces McLaren to the team and the strict rules of the sled. The lines must always be taught to prevent fighting. McLaren, wrapped in bright new gear, seems out of place but determined. With farewells to their friends at the base, including Jerry's former flame and pilot, Katie, the expedition sets off.
Let's go!
The journey is immediately fraught with peril. They navigate across vast ice fields, where the ever-present danger of hidden crevasses lurks beneath the snow. Jerry has to reconfigure the dogs into a fan formation to spread their weight, a slower but safer method. They encounter aggressive leopard seals, giving the dangerous predators a wide berth. On a moving glacier, the situation turns critical. Jerry takes the lead, probing the ice ahead, while McLaren nervously handles the sled brake. A sudden lurch, and Max, the young dog, nearly pulls the team into a crevasse. Jerry's skill and Maya's leadership narrowly avert disaster. They press on, but the tension is palpable. McLaren, focused solely on his prize, wanders off the marked safe path. He finds his meteorite, a significant discovery, but in his excitement, he ignores Jerry's warnings. He steps onto an unchecked patch of ice. The ground gives way. McLaren plunges into the frigid water, his leg broken in the fall. The shock of the cold is instant and paralyzing. Jerry, thinking fast, knows that drowning is a more immediate threat than freezing. He sends Maya, the lead dog, out onto the fragile ice with a rope. It is a heart-stopping moment as Maya inches her way to the drowning man. The other dogs, sensing the urgency, pull together. With a massive combined effort from man and dogs, they haul McLaren from the icy water, saving his life. The journey back is a desperate race against time and an approaching superstorm. McLaren is in bad shape, and Jerry is starting to suffer from exposure, his cough worsening with every step. The dogs, led by a heroic Maya, pull with all their remaining strength, navigating through the blinding snow and howling wind, getting the injured men back to the field base just as the rescue plane arrives. At the base, the chaos is overwhelming. McLaren needs immediate medical evacuation to prevent losing his leg. The storm is the worst in 25 years, and the captain in charge at the main base, Mactown, is evacuating all personnel. There's no room on the plane for the dogs. Jerry is devastated. Katie promises she'll fly right back for them, a promise they both believe she can keep. Jerry, weakened and coughing, tightens the dogs' collars so they won't get loose, whispering a promise to Maya that he will be back for them. It's a gut-wrenching farewell as the plane takes off, leaving the 8 dogs chained and alone to face the Antarctic winter. What was supposed to be a few days turns into an eternity. The storm cripples the continent. All flights are grounded, winter teams are cancelled, and the entire station is evacuated to New Zealand. Jerry's desperate pleas to his superiors fall on deaf ears. For the bureaucracy, they are just dogs. The resources aren't available, the risk is too great. Jerry is forced to leave with the others, carrying the immense weight of his broken promise. Back in civilization, Jerry is adrift in a sea of guilt. He can't sleep. He relentlessly contacts agencies, foundations, and even television networks trying to raise money for a rescue mission. But it all takes too long. He confronts a recovering McLaren, begging him to use his influence and grant money to fund a private expedition. McLaren, haunted by his own role in the disaster, but pragmatic, refuses, telling Jerry it is impossible, and that he needs to forget. But for Jerry, forgetting isn't an option. Months pass. Jerry's spirit is broken. He abandons his life as a guide, taking a menial job renting kayaks to children, hiding from his past. His friends, Cooper and Katie, find him. Katie, though now seeing someone else, still cares deeply and urges him to let himself off the hook. But Jerry is inconsolable. The turning point comes from an unexpected source. McLaren, finally understanding the depth of Jerry's bond with the dogs, has a change of heart. He recounts a story of his own father, saved from a bear by his sled dogs, and realizes that honoring that sacrifice is what truly matters. He uses the prestige from his meteorite discovery to fund a rescue. Jerry's friends, Katie, the pilot, Cooper, the cartographer, and the rest of the old team, rally to his side. They secure a boat and an icebreaker to get as far south as possible during the harsh winter. It is a long shot, a desperate gamble against impossible odds. Meanwhile, the dogs are fighting their own battle for survival. Led by Maya, they manage to break free from their chains, all except for old Jack, who dies peacefully, still tethered. They are now a pack, navigating a world of ice and death. They learn to hunt, chasing birds, and fending for themselves. But the Antarctic is unforgiving. Dewey falls from a cliff during a hunt. The pack, now smaller, huddles together for warmth against the ethereal glow of the aurora australis, a beautiful but cold comfort. Their greatest test comes when they encounter a massive predatory leopard seal. In a fierce and brutal fight to protect their food, Maya is gravely injured. The pack is forced to leave her behind, believing her to be dead. After months of struggle and near misses, Jerry and his rescue team finally arrive at the deserted base. The snowcat they need is buried, but they dig it out and set off. Their hearts sink when they find old Jack frozen on his chain. For a moment, it seems their journey was in vain. But then, a discovery: the other chains are broken. The dogs got loose. They had a chance. Jerry calls out into the vast emptiness. And then, a familiar bark echoes across the ice. One by one, they appear on the horizon. Max, Shorty, Truman, Shadow, and Buck. 5 of them, starved and scarred, but alive. The reunion is an explosion of pure joy and relief. As they prepare to leave, Max, ever the loyal apprentice, refuses to board. He leads Jerry over a ridge. There, injured but alive, lies Maya. She had survived the seal attack. With the team now numbering 6 survivors, they finally head for home. Maya, weak but safe, is tended to by Katie. Jerry looks at his battered, resilient family. He kept his promise. They were going home.